2, 1. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Wow, that was great. Wow.
Fun. You have confetti in your hair.
I feel them all over the place.
Yeah.
The first official Director's Communiqué of 2023. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes, very happy New Year. Celebrating here on Treaty 4 territory. This is the traditional lands of the Nehiyawak, Nakaway, Nakota, and homeland of the Métis, Dakota, and Lakota people. We're happy to be here and committed, of course, to continuing on our journey of reconciliation.
Absolutely. And as we start into the new year, start with one quick point of celebration. Check this morning, the daily check. 12,627 students just continue to register in Regina Catholic School Division. Wow. And we're excited because it is that time of year to welcome next year's crop.
Yes.
2023 pre-K and K students.
And I think that, I don't know, I just thought that deserves some more. There's that in my cup. That's okay. That's okay.
We've got a few highlights, though, as always, to get through. And I thought, you know what, the office here, like, it's nice, but we spent a lot of time here during the break working.
Right.
Maybe getting a little bit stale, not necessarily the party feel. What do you think about a quick drive and picking up some friends to help us with this edition of the Communiqué?
I always like it. Can we listen to music?
Revisit the carpool karaoke?
Let's do it.
Yeah, reviews were a little mixed on my singing ability the first time around, but maybe if we bring in some professional help.
I like it. It can only get better.
Yeah, I say we go for a spin. Let's give it a shot.
That's my gourd's coming. Okay.
So just keep an eye on that, Twyla, because like hopefully that doesn't happen again, but and I just said that.
The next one, I'm going to give her the old finger swipe and put a little moisture and we'll see if that'll hold her.
Good day,
hello, sir. Welcome.
Thank you.
Happy
New Year. Good. Happy New Year.
Right on. We are all set in here. You can see cameras are set, microphones are going. Gord, the wizard, has us rolling in here. Better production value than James Corden could ever imagine.
Maybe our director needed a second job and he was making deliveries with the
you know, I spent most of the Christmas break answering the front door when no one else was around and delivering things to people's offices, and I'm now trying to collect tips.
Nice.
Unsuccessfully.
So I remember O'Neill Choir singing O Canada at a football game in the fall.
Yes. Wow.
Right, at Taylor Field. And I, of course, that whole first year, I was just shell-shocked, right? My first year in high school, my first year with all these classes, and so I was just in survival mode. But I remember
you did great.
Thank you. I remember being under the stadium and somebody went into some sort of medical disaster, and Twyla was right there.
I was a trainer.
She was a football trainer, so she was right there doing the first aid. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was a lifeguard then, too. So.
And this fellow came walking behind me and turned around and looked at me and said, "Oh, you're here now." I said, "Yeah, I'm here now." I looked at Jolene and said, "Am I here?" And she's like, "Yeah, you're here now." I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm here." And I looked at him, I said, "Oh, you think I'm Anita?" And he looked at me and said, "What?"
You're
I
not
said,
Anita?
"I'm Nancy." And Jolene's like, "Yeah, they look like totally identical." And he didn't believe it. He looked at me, he said, "You're putting me on."
Yeah. Sorry, I just touched you there.
It's nothing new. We were in the womb together. Not a big deal.
This is how we do it at St. Michael.
We're getting all this. We're getting all this, and we're going to find a way to weave that in.
You know, there's one thing that we should talk about too is attached to St. Michael, we have Mother Teresa Middle School, and they did a really cool music piece as well for Christmas. Here's a little bit of their Christmas card.
Seaweed Laganak, Seaweed Laganak, Seaweed Kadewan. Tagwid even three litini, Mako Siki Sika. Seaweed Laganak, Seaweed Laganak, Seaweed Kadewan. Tagwid even three litini, Mako Siki Sika. Koni Ibn Batat, Mr. Jim Otamanan. Wako is go pantas, Iko Pilani, Easy with it shaky, name it 3 little taffy. In it amor, Nanikita, Noshka, Tipiska. Seaweed Laganak, Seaweed Laganak.
Oh yes, the support that all the schools shared to make sure so many more people had a really happy Christmas. It was fantastic. The hampers that went out and just the support, and several schools did the collection of board games to send home so that kids could take a gift home, kind of give a gift, but also receive a gift. And we all know that those family moments, a board game always helps those. So that was good. And at St. Elizabeth, they reached out to one of our great partners, First Student, the bus company that we work with, and asked if they would give them a hand delivering these hampers, which they did free of charge. And they had so many hampers to send to a couple of schools that they had to do 2 runs.
Wow.
They filled a school bus twice. That's phenomenal. So just across the division, thank you to everybody who was donating and making great things happen for our students.
Well, I have like zero familiarity with a couple of these songs. So.
Yeah, it was us too.
And I'm not, okay, so it's just me? Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, but you guys are
so we might
professionals.
just break
Like
into
you
other
performed in
things, too.
Wales.
Yeah.
You performed in
I sound like whales I sound like an underwater whale. Woo! Like that's what my voice sounds like. You guys have performed in Wales.
Yeah.
Should we turn it up so that it
Yep.
drowns us out a little bit?
Yes.
Not you.
Not you, guys.
Quiet on New Year's Day.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
A world in white
Gets underway.
I want to be with you night and day. Nothing changes on New Year's Day.
Perfect. There we go.
That was perfect.
I feel like I'm gonna put my sunglasses on to be bomb.
On New Year's Day.
Perfect timing here, Twyla. We've got little ones outside here, and it's that time of year when we're starting to register pre-Ks and Ks.
Exactly. Pre-K registration underway now at St. Michael, of course, as well. I can't lean all the way around to see the right
Come to
twin.
St. Michael. I'll be glad to see you.
Get that one out.
All right.
The blue ones.
Talk about Bruno, no.
We don't talk about Bruno.
But it was my wedding day.
Wedding
We were
day.
getting ready and there wasn't a cloud in the
No
sky.
clouds allowed in the sky.
Bruno walks in with a mischievous grin.
Thunder.
You tell me a story or
I'm
I.
sorry, maybe to go on.
Bruno says it looks like rain.
What did he tell
In
us?
doing so, he floods my brain.
When I get the umbrellas.
Married in a
What
hurricane.
a joyous day, but anyway.
We don't talk about Bruno, no. We don't talk about Bruno.
That was
Nailed
So
it.
good.
That was
The thunder part is my favorite.
yes. And that was
great.
possibly the best part of the whole
That was
thing.
great.
Best version.
All right. Who wants shotgun?
Who wants shotgun?
I get this all the time at the office. No one ever comes to see me. No one wants to even sit beside me.
The cameras blink.
Oh, she does have boas too.
I'm not sure what the.
You'll never get the feathers out of your car.
I know.
At least it's not glitter. That's worse. We are molten for sure.
Oh my God, we are molting. This is all over me already.
So Mr. Chase is fancy. Is that what I'm hearing?
You know, I just thought props were important because you and some of our trustees were making very good use of props earlier. And I know it says don't tag me on this, but we're going to anyway.
Right at the SSBA Fall Assembly in the photo booth that we were encouraged to be a part of.
But every now and then when I get paid, gotta spoil my baby with an upgrade. Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, we
Fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Got the Bourbon Street steak and the Oreo shake and some whipped cream on the top two. 2 straws, 1 check, girl, I got you. Bougie like Natty in the styrofoam. Squeaking in the truck bed all the way home. With some Alabama jam and sugar Dixieland delight. Woo! That's how we do, how we do. Fancy like ooh. Fancy like ooh. Fancy like ooh.
That's Mark. I thought you were having a reaction. I was nervous. I didn't know. It's like, oh, do I have to pull over? But then I realized they were just having fun with the boa. I love it.
My dance looks like a reaction.
Well, my eyes are on the road.
That's an educator that's so encouraging. What else do you want to hear from your director? Your dancing looks like a reaction to the feathers. Have a good day. And thank you for your contribution to the school division.
We actually probably should have had Gord do the handheld drive up beside us in the boat.
That could still be
give him that one on the way by.
I want to talk about the United Way because did you hear what the total is?
No, I read the email.
It was
like $34,000.
yeah, even higher.
Even higher.
Gaetan. This is amazing. 37,742 and some change.
Well, I can drive by United Way. We're not far from the United Way.
Cool, let's do that. Can we drop the money off while we go by?
Okay, but Hamilton the musical though?
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh, good cue.
Which part would you play?
Don't even.
Which part would you guys play if you were in Hamilton?
I would just be crying.
I'd be the king. King George.
Obviously.
Oh yeah, you could be George, not even.
Of course.
I'd be one of the sisters. You'd be a sister with me. Be a sister.
I'd need to be a tree or like
But Hamilton, you like.
Hamilton is life changing.
And Hamilton is definitely worth seeing.
I'm getting baseball tickets and hockey tickets and Bruce Springsteen tickets. That's what I'm in charge of. I'm not in charge of project. Wow.
So that's going to the United Way, and we're so grateful for everything that they do in the division, from summer school tuition for some high school students. I know even at St. Michael, they make great use of the funds that come for reading.
At St. Michael, we do our reading, summer reading, which I've been involved with for 3 years now, and it's a tremendous opportunity for the kids to come and practice literacy skills and build those relationships with teachers who are so excited to help those kids grow their reading, and when they come back to school, they're just more confident yet, and they're ready to take on that new grade, so it's very exciting.
It is. All the librarians in the car are happy right now.
That's right.
I think we all are.
They also put together and have sponsored in a few of our school locations the book vending machines.
Those
and
are so
I know
cool.
One of the locations happens to be Sacred Heart Community School.
Right.
Yes. Sacred Heart celebrating 100 years.
Okay.
Wow.
And so they're looking for any pictures or cool artifacts. So yeah, so if anybody out there does have something to demonstrate the past 100 years of Sacred Heart, it's been through a lot, that school.
Wow.
Then yeah, just reach out. Vice Principal Lindsay Morehart, she's also a lot of fun. And you can just send her an email, send her some pictures.
I love that. I love that when we tell the stories about schools and where they were and where they've come, and the number of lives that have been impacted by school communities. It's just such a cool history in this division, I think.
Yeah.
Celebrate good times, come on.
Do 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 do.
Celebrate good times, come on.
Do 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 do.
Oh, hey, we've got Miller and we've got LeBoldus here, and all kinds of O'Neill. Riffle, they had something cool very recently, just there in December. The Saskatchewan Public Safety Agency presented some of them, the students, with their official Junior Fire Academy certification.
Nice.
Yeah, Emergency Services 2030 teacher Murray Wright sent in this lovely picture because he's such a proud teacher.
Murray Wright, the Swiss Army knife of Regina Catholic School. He teaches
Like duct
anything.
tape. All right, we are fogging up, but
We are fogging up.
yeah.
Well, it's nice outside. It's nice that we've got back
is.
here and some days for outdoor recess. It's not quite summer or sunroof weather though just
No.
yet, is it?
So we better leave that. Plus the camera, this camera is
Yeah.
stuck to it.
Yeah.
But we can sing about it.
Yep. This is a Saskatchewan center.
La da 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 dee da 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 la da 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 da. La da 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 da. I got my head up the sunroof. I'm blasting my favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind.
School!
Thought of you.
You make
me feel brand new. In the sunshine in my eyes. head of the sunroof. Whoa, whoa.
I think it's appropriate we're going by Regina Little Theater here, considering the folks that we've got in here. We've got some talented folks.
We're not allowed to use the stage. Stay in the car.
I just finished a show with Summer Stage.
Did you?
Yeah, I
What
was
show?
Chef Louis in The Little Mermaid this summer.
Cool.
Yeah, with my daughter.
Nice.
Oh, what part did she play?
She was one of the mer people, one of the chorus, kids chorus. Yeah.
So when you're 10,
Always wanted to be a mermaid.
when you're 10 and you get to be a mermaid, life's pretty good.
I guess so.
When you're 41 and you get to be a mermaid,
Still pretty good.
then you feel good about things.
I was a giant jellyfish.
And you were great, dear. You nailed the jellyfish. Oh no!
Oh, this happens a lot. How
Oh.
sad. Oh, you are so, you are this nice all the time.
Well, in public.
I don't know if I want to be in
Not
between
with
these
you?
two.
Sure, that's okay. Sometimes
right.
feelings are big.
That's really nicely said.
Sometimes feelings are big.
Sometimes
All right.
personalities are too, right? Like,
The high school musicals that they did, they were phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
They worked really hard and they sounded great.
incredible. Yeah,
Yeah.
great talent.
And now, of course, they're preparing for finals. So what's that? What's the atmosphere like at Miller and LeBoldus right now?
Denial.
Like the
Right. Well, if you've ever heard the sound of a printer running nonstop, I get a lot of that in the library with the kids coming out to print out essays and last minute assignments.
Yeah.
believe that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the final countdown.
Countdown.
That's right.
It's either that or we're waiting for the Pats to come on the ice.
But notice how they have to add music to sporting events to make them better.
Oh, nice! Hi!
They do have an ambulance behind. I think they saw my dancing.
or was it the
Reaction. You do have a feather in your hair, Mr. Chase.
Final countdown? Countdown. You two
I
sound
like
really
that part.
good.
You guys like
It's
We
so
can do
good
the
back
instruments too. Vocalists
Yeah.
are very talented. We can sing, we can do
Well,
the instruments.
some vocalists are very
Absolutely.
talented. And things to be found.
to be found.
Do-do-do-do.
Countdown.
We're getting carried away with our do-do-do.
Guys, you two are like a 80s music video just all in one. You guys could just do the music video all on your own.
Can I
All we have
just
to
say
do is-
how impressed I am by Sean Chase because he's driving us around and dealing with this mayhem.
And dealing with what?
That's mayhem. That's
mayhem.
impressive because
The
I
mayhem.
could not. Well, Nancy
How-
for sure could not. Hey! Anyway, so congratulations, Mr. Chase, for an excellent job driving us. That did
Well, I
not go
appreciate that.
unnoticed. For sure.
I am really working in the new year on my multitasking skills.
That's
I
fine. You
thought
don't
this
have
was a
to.
good
You've
spot to
mastered it
start.
now.
It's true.
Let's see.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, Sean. That happens only occasionally. At least we're not in church. Go ahead if you need to answer.
Hey, I'll call you back in a few minutes. We're just filming the Communiqué here. Okay, bye.
I actually want to keep that in the communique now.
Pretending I'm busy.
Who was that? Like
Yeah,
Elton
that
John?
was- yeah, no, Bart Cote, and he can't sing to save
Oh.
his life. He can play the guitar, he can't sing, so we don't want to recruit him. Yeah,
I don't know. We can use a guitar next time.
true.
And the very last thing that we like to do, of course, is some kind people who deserve a hello. So a whole lot of them out there. I'm going to start with the United Way and all the folks on that campaign, but especially Stacey Grassam, who has taken over where you had left off not too many years ago and really done a great job of keeping things going.
Yeah, a lot of work behind the scenes, Stacey, and then of course all of the reps at our various locations, schools and departments who take that advocacy piece on and make sure that all of our staff have the opportunity to understand the important things United Way does to support our kids. So absolutely. I'd like to put a bit of a shout out also to our clergy and all the parish staff.
It's a
Month of
busy time.
Advent. Oh, month of Advent. Our students spend a lot of time at their respective parishes. And our priests are pretty exhausted by the time Advent goes through. They're looking for a break of their own. But that collaboration, that partnership, I don't think has ever been stronger. And it was so nice this year after some restricted years in COVID, where we had the chance to really be present in parishes and understand all those steps leading into on the Advent journey. So big shout out and a thank you to all of our parish and clergy staff.
Over at BNF here at CEC, I want to say hello to Candina Elengelu. She is so sweet and so kind, and yes, she makes sure that my paycheck is in the bank each month, but she's also just a lovely person to have around here at CEC.
She is. I pop by her office all the time just to see what flavor of tea she's taken on that day, but what a lovely individual. Thanks for shouting out to her. Well, I think that brings us to a bit of a wrap here, Twyla, so thanks for being awesome and for tuning in, and from me to you, hello.
Yeah, and thanks for hitting play on this month's Communiqué. Until next time, I'm Twyla West.
And I'm Sean Chase, still wondering what the heck happened in this episode.